Hi everyone, hope you all are having a great day. If you saw this thumbnail in front of my video, yes, I meant it. I'd say that Shelly-Ann Fraser is on another level and league at this point. I think she can easily break 10.5 seconds sometime between now and the end of next year. With that said, I want to use her as a baseline compared to our top faster speedsters on the United States women's team to see how they stack up. And clearly Shelly is the fastest, so no controversy over that. Here is a chart I made that includes Shelly, Abby Steiner, TT Terry, Aleia Hobbs, Melissa Jefferson, Tamari Davis, and Jenna Prandini. Since the whole debate in the past few days is over consistency everywhere you go on track and field YouTube, what I did is take each individual's last 5 races in your final or up until your last heat. The standard deviation column measures consistency. If this value is close to 0, then that means in your past 5 events that runner has come pretty close to your previous time. The bigger the number compared to everyone else, the more spread out your times are. The last column over here represents the most improved when looking at each race. It is simply calculating the slope. By far the worst performer on this list is sadly one of my favorite runners of recent, and that is Jenna Prandini. Her time in the 200 meters from looking at her last 5 races combined was all over the place, and she scored the least in terms of most improved. But I added her here intentionally to show you guys that comparing 100 to 200 meter runners, especially in this pro level, is like apples and oranges. So what I'm going to do here is cross her name out, and in the future video I will line Prandini up with the amazing Sherika Jackson along with other women in the 200 meter class. And real quickly, by the way, I did not expect Prandini to come in 6th place at the women's 200 meters that took place in Hungary on August 8th with a time of 22.73 seconds. Yes, 22.73 seconds. That is really slow for her. Her time in Poland a few days ago was 22.39 seconds. If she had come in at that same time in Poland, she would have taken 2nd place right behind Sherika Jackson. But hey, what do you know? It's any given Sunday in women's track and field in America. And I think that's what makes it interesting, because you really don't know what to expect from any of these ladies. And I think Jenna Prandini is what I like to call clutch. Put her in any 100 meter to 200 meter and they are looking good at the inside lane and curves. Okay, let me now transition us back to the data. And with data like this, there are disclaimers. First of all, I am not perfect. Secondly, I did not take into account the wind reading for today. The events were also in different locations and in different climates, so that plays a very big difference. And just looking at 5 races might not be enough for some people. So do not take any of this as face value. I thought it would make sense taking into account finals, but you have some people who would also take into account individual heats, and that is totally fine as long as you can interpret that data to try and make sense of things. With that out of the way, let us start with Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce. She ranks first in consistency with standard deviation of 0.01517. Her most improved score is at 0, also implying that her time is obviously consistent. Regardless, she gets the #1 award for being both fast and consistent. There's nothing more you can ask for. And when you have people like this on your team, like Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, I think it tells me that they are also coachable and able to improve. Hence why I think whatever she is doing, if she keeps on doing it at this rate, she can easily break 10.5 seconds, and she's 35 years old. And I almost guarantee you, about knowing the lady, that she is very coachable. Her average time was 10.67 seconds, which is insane. The second most consistent person on my list, yes, is Abby Steiner. She just started her pro career, so these 5 times come from her college meets. However, compared to the other runners, she is the slowest. But that is okay, because when you have someone that is consistent, it at least tells me that they are coachable. So off season, I think she can easily work on getting 0.3 of a second off her average time and improve. And at the beginning, I expect to see those times fluctuate to high 10s to low 11s, which is normal for most people starting their professional career. Abby's average time was 11.03 seconds, which is the highest of the ladies, so definitely room for improvement. But also, you want to keep in mind that in her last race at the 4x100 meter relay at Oregon, she had an insane split time, which tells me she's just getting started. The third most consistent person on my list was TT Terry. I think this young lady is also coachable from the videos I have made of her previously. She does need to improve as of late, but with more races, I think she'll get there. And I think track and field is going to be bigger next year, where more athletes will be running in a lot more of these international events. Because when you have a chance to run among greats like Shelly and Usain Bolt, it takes everyone to the next level. Clearly, that is apparent by just looking at the American men's track and field team right now. And next on my list is Aleia Hobbs. Her average time in all 5 races is 10.94 seconds. She has improved and remained relatively consistent this season. The first race, where she ran 11.28, had a headwind of 1.5, and she managed to come out first place at that event. So that time of 11.28 seconds throws this data off. Without that time, she would have remained relatively consistent. So in reality, not much improvement for her if we factor out that data point. Since then, she has ran under 11, which is great. And Melissa Jefferson is the next person on my list. Her average time was 11 seconds from the last 5 races. I feel that she needs to improve this off season, as lately she has been clocking in at 11 seconds from the last 3 events. But guess what? She's only 21 and just starting her professional career as well, so I believe she'll get there. The next person on my list is Tamari Davis, who is all the way at the bottom of my list here. However, ranks can be deceiving. She is the most improved out of all these individuals and just only 19 years old. Pretty awesome in my book. So if I was to rank this list of mine by most improved based on the last column, it would be Tamari Davis at number 1, followed by Aleia Hobbs in second. Then after that, we have the incredible Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, followed by Abby Steiner, then Melissa Jackson, and lastly TT Terry. Remember, a negative number on this most improved column is good. That is just the slope. And the top 3 fastest runners based on your average is clearly Shelly-Ann Fraser Pryce, followed by TT Terry and Aleia Hobbs. But lately, as you guys know, Hobbs and Tamari Davis are catching up on the United States ladies side. I am generally optimistic about everyone on this list, but let me know your thoughts down below. And I think I gave everyone excuses here by intention, just to stay balanced. If you notice anything, let me know below. And I guess we are done here. By the way, I forgot to tell you that I have other videos. Check out some of the top playlists as of recent right here. Have a great day.